We are getting closer to learning whether Patrick McDowell will be sentenced to life in prison or death for the murder of Nassau County Deputy Joshua Moyers. Moyers was shot and killed during a traffic stop in September of 2021. The last witnesses were called today and closing arguments start tomorrow. News for Jax reporter Marilyn Parker has been in the courtroom and explains the jury's decision.
So was it drug abuse and PTSD that made Patrick McDowell shoot and kill Deputy Joshua Moyers, or was it the fact that he did not want to go to jail? That's what the jury is going to have to consider tomorrow after closing arguments. It's all up to them. These are quotes from Patrick McDowell. It was him or me. I wasn't going back to jail. There was no way I was going to lose that fight. He said some of them on the stand last week. They came up again the day before the jury deliberates his life or death sentence. His attorneys brought on expert witnesses saying if he wasn't on meth, he would have had a more reasonable response to Deputy Joshua Moyers, who McDowell himself said was polite and professional.
He reacted as if it was this life or death situation that can happen for folks with PTSD in circumstances that aren't life or death, due to these brain changes.
The prosecution says the only threat to McDowell was the threat of going to jail. They argued he was still actively avoiding capture until he was surrounded in a youth sports complex. This is 5 days after he shot Moyers and then a police dog.
So at the time he surrendered, his peaceful surrender, the threat still existed. He was still going to jail.
Yes.
The defense argued in the time between the shooting and his encounter with police in the woods, McDowell's heightened arousal from the PTSD and the meth decreased his perception of a life or death threat. But the state's rebuttal witness says McDowell never told him his PTSD impacted his decision to shoot Moyers.
I didn't feel that there was anything in that particular situation, even when the deputy just reaches out and touches the door handle or the door jamb, that would have particularly triggered PTSD responses.
On cross, this expert told the defense he believes McDowell had PTSD in 2011 and when he evaluated him earlier this year. But he says it was the drug abuse, not the PTSD.
What was the reasons behind that?
Well, as I said previously, I think it was stated very clearly on multiple occasions that he did not want to go back to jail.
The defense reminded jurors that McDowell said himself he's not using the drugs or his mental illness as an excuse and owned up to this crime. The judge told jurors they may want to bring a change of clothes because after closing arguments, they're going to go right into jury deliberations. There's no telling how long it would take. Regardless of the length, News for Jax will be here to cover it all, so be sure to stay with us. In Nassau County, Marilyn Parker, Channel 4, the local station.